Satan. Satan! Satan!
We've all heard the name, but how much do you actually know about Satanism? What if I told you their most sacred holiday is your birthday? Yeah, you. Luckily for you, I read the Satanic Bible and listened to both of its author's synthesizer albums when researching the Church of Satan. And the secrets I found at the bottom of the rabbit hole are nigh unbelievable. The biggest secret of all? Satanists do not worship the devil. Now, not only am I going to spill all their secrets, but I'm also going to teach you a real black magic spell that you can cast today. Remain ignorant no longer, my child, as I draw back the curtain of mystery behind these spiritual pariahs. Tales of demons and boogeymen have existed throughout human history. But to the modern practitioner, Satan is more of an idea than a deity to worship. For some, Satan has been a symbol of free-thinking anarchy, resistance to tyranny, and a champion for personal freedom. But for the majority of history, it's mostly been a wild accusation you hurl at someone you don't like, or if you want their stuff. There have been few documentaries on the subject, the latest as recent as 2024. The high priest is very clear that, quote, "There is no God, there is no devil, and nobody cares." Now, granted, there have been a few isolated murders committed in Satan's name, sure. But the church's ultimate mission is to encourage empathy, religious freedom, and civil rights for everyone. The Satanic Temple frequently appears in the news for advocating against Bibles or religious monuments on school or government property. They've also codified an abortion ritual, which makes it a religiously protected right. Regional churches are separated into grottos with an established hierarchy of ranks. Ordination to the priesthood is by invitation only, and one must prove their worth by their skills or achievements in society. Other subgroups or theistic satanic organizations include the Luciferians, the Order of the Nine Angles, who prioritize committing crimes and being mean, and the Joy of Satan, believing Satan to be an ancient alien astronaut sent to Earth. Anton LaVey is a former Baptist kid that quit high school to join the circus, known for his dramatic showmanship. For example, he named his son Satan Xerxes, and his daughter was Xena Galilea Shrek. He publicly discussed occult topics, drove a hearse, and had a pet leopard named Zoltan. Sick. LaVey created the Church of Satan after a member of his occult book club, the Order of the Trapezoid, suggested he could create a religion from his ideas. Anton said, "Hell yeah," and drew upon the works of Ayn Rand, Nietzsche, Viking fiction, and even H.P. Lovecraft to create the framework for his doctrine. Now, some have said that Anton only adopted his goth personality and shaved head 1 month after an episode of The Wild Wild West aired, featuring a bald satanic druid. I'm certain it's just a coincidence. LaVey was an avid organ player, and his album Satan Takes a Holiday features 3 different suicide songs, as well as several speak-singing appearances from LaVey himself. Overall, I would describe the album as goofy as hell.
What?
Okay, he's talking about being the only boy a lot. And now we've got to go out and kill everybody in the world so that you can be the only girl and I can be the only boy. LaVey outlines the ideology with the 9 satanic statements. Satan's all about indulging instead of abstaining from the things that bring you pleasure, obviously. Satan represents flesh and blood, here and now, instead of any idea of an afterlife. Satan says the truth hurts, but it's better than lying to yourself. Satan says, do unto others what they deserve. because life is short. Satan's a believer in self-defense and getting revenge. Satan says don't waste time with people that suck all your energy or resources. They should get their shit together. Humans are animals. They're smart enough to rule the planet, but dumb enough to ruin it. The reason Satan loves sin is because they feel great. And without an enemy, the Catholic Church would have nothing to bitch about. Then you got your 9 satanic sins. And yes, these are sins the way the word is supposed to be used. Number 1, stupidity. Self-explanatory. If you don't understand, then pretentiousness. An interesting one from Mr. LaVey. Being selfish. Again, this is going to sound a little bit hypocritical. I know. Self-deceit. Lie to everyone else, but never fool yourself. Number 5, herd conformity. Don't be a sheep. Lack of perspective. Never forget the orthodoxies of the past, so that we may avoid their mistakes and repeat their successes. Number 8, pride is a good thing, but too much of a good thing, you know the rest. Last but not least is my favorite of the satanic sins. Lack of aesthetics. You know, for a black magic anarchist, LaVey sure had a lot of rules. Don't blindly offer advice. Nobody asked you. Quit bitching so much. If you're going to be so annoying, get out of my house. If someone's being annoying under your roof, well, show them no mercy. Ask before making a move. Don't steal unless... This one sounds like a real gray area. If you second guess yourself, you'll lose what you gained practicing magic. Pick your battles and shut up about them. Don't hurt children, pretty simple. Don't hurt animals unless you gotta eat them. Don't bother people. And if someone bothers you, destroy them. Hi, welcome to Bible study. Oh, happy to see a new face. Welcome. Since you're new, we'll start from the very top. Chapter 1, Book of Satan, the Infernal Diatribe. Okay, so right off the bat, Anton LaVey is going to go heavily into a rant about the misinformation that's been spreading for centuries about Satan and how he's actually a pretty cool guy if you get to know him, but you won't, and you never call. Next argument, human ideals should adapt and change with the environment, right? Just as women can now vote and own property, human ideals must adapt with society. Very important. Anton LaVey stresses, fuck the golden rule. If a man smites you on one cheek, you must smash him on the other. It's only fair. Now, instead of heaven or hell, your immoral spirit lives on in the brains and sinew of those whose respect you have gained. You know, survival of the fittest, the strongest shall conquer the earth, yada, yada, yada. Chapter 2, Book of Lucifer, the Enlightenment. Okay, no surprise here, the high priest of Satanism is going to encourage you to indulge in the deadly sins of the Catholic Church. And you should not feel guilty for engaging in these, provided it does not harm anyone and does not intrude on their personal freedoms. Very important. Now, Anton challenges God's master plan with questions about past loved ones, natural disasters, horrible accidents. Following this is a list of over 100 infernal names for the devil across time and cultures. Here are some of my favorites. See if you recognize a few. All right, listen. You do not sacrifice children or animals, for they are the most innately natural magicians of the earth. Now, you should not feel compelled to sin against your own nature. If it doesn't bring you joy, you are not obligated. If you don't enjoy orgies, you don't have to have them. Actually, the Satanic Temple fully supports asexuality. The Black Mass was infamous in the satanic panic of the 80s and 90s
for rituals involving sacrifice and blood. It's satire. It's a joke at your expense, and you fell for it. It is a complete parody of the Roman Catholic Mass, or any other religious ceremony for that matter. So if you felt terrified, intimidated, scared, joke's on you. All right, moving on. Chapter 3, Book of Belial, the mastery of the earth. LaVey defines magic as the change in situations or events in accordance with one's will, which would, under normal circumstances, be unchangeable. My favorite part. Magic can be broken down into two categories. The first is greater, aka ritual magic. This is a scheduled ceremony with others of the congregation, a purely emotional event. Group rituals help reinforce the faith and build confidence in magic that you might otherwise miss practicing solo. Then there's lesser magic, non-ritual or manipulative magic. LaVey considers this the most important asset of a satanic magician. You might use sex, sentiment, or wonder to hold another's attention. Lies make for a very powerful form of magic. Now, you should use what comes naturally to you. If seduction is not your strong suit, don't bet it all on the seduction card. Important point. Magic does not require the victim to believe for it to be effective. It will sit in the subconscious and affect them on an undetectable level to them. Consider perhaps a negative comment or a lie told to you that affected the outcome of your day, or perhaps your reactions to others that were unrelated. Finally, he explains the 3 types of rituals you might perform. The first is sex. This is a love or a charm spell. Then compassion, increasing your power or helping you navigate a difficult time. Destruction, enchanting or hexing another person. At the end of the video, I'll be teaching you a charm spell that is guaranteed to increase your attractiveness immediately. Finally, Chapter 4, Book of Leviathan, the Raging Sea. The Book of Leviathan starts with an invocation to Satan. A little bit of Latin, a little bit of give me what I desire. You know the drill. Then, a list of recitations for each ritual type. With the Enochian keys, in the language of the angels, you can request, including but not limited to, invoking lust or glamour, creating rampant wrath, opening up the gates of hell. I'll attempt to read a selection now.
Tore zod goheel zodakare ekakano quoda. Zodamaranu Mikala Zodo od Ozara Zodame Vau Relar. Lapezodir Yoyad! And now, your ritual, and you. Dress for the occasion in black robes or clothes. No talking or smoking during the ritual. Assemble your materials and prepare the proper lighting. Remember, only 1 white candle is permitted. The rest must be black. Purify the air with a ringing bell. Then, read the invocation to Satan. Drink from the chalice of ecstasy, which can be filled with your favorite beverage. Any requests are presented to the priest on paper, which is then burned in the candle's flame, followed by a cry of, "Hail Satan!" Grasping the phallus or sword, the priest turns counterclockwise, pointing to the 4 cardinal directions before performing the benediction. The Enochian key read, the priest rings the final bell, closing with, "So, it is done." Okay, so today I'll be showing you my favorite little glamour charm. The foundation of this spell is grooming. That means a haircut. That means a shave. Then I do my chanting. Okay, you're gonna have to moisturize for max effectiveness. Floss and brush the teeth. Yes, both. Then we're gonna purify ourselves with a little twirl of our magic wands. Now we're gonna seal the spell with a little kiss.
Finally, you understand the truth. And now that you have mastered the dark arts, there is but one thing left for you to do. Subscribe or burn in hellfire.